Hey guys, it's Amos, also known as Portable here, and today I'm bringing you a very short video guide on one of the most important ideas in the game, which is how you control your character with your joystick and fingers, and that is called mechanical skill, also in short known as mechanics.
Now I'll go over the 5 most important game mechanics. The first one is actually your reaction speed. In the game of Mobile Legends, it is actually just a game of reaction speed, because it is how fast you react or make an action on your character in conjunction to what the action or the movements that the opponent's character has done. That's why having good reaction speed is key to being a good player in Mobile Legends.
So, the average reaction time for professional players across all esports titles in the world right now is around 200 milliseconds or below. This allows for most of these players, or professional players in this case, to be able to react to or counteract any movements or abilities that your opponent has cast, allowing them to dodge out or stay safe from them. So the first step to improving your reaction speed is actually to measure it and keep a record of your initial reaction speed. Then you want to proceed and do drills with a friend who is also keen of improving their reaction speed. So how to do this is simply head into a custom lobby in a 1 vs 1 and have your friend pick the hero Guinevere, such that he will use the leap ability onto your character. And then what you want to do is pick a hero with a dash ability such as Bruno or Granger, and your job is before you get knocked up into the air, can you dodge out the Guinevere's leap with your dash skill. Practicing this again and again and doing it faster than the time before will allow you to slowly improve your reaction speed, so such that when you go back and measure it again, you will see how much you have improved.
Now the second one is your skill shot accuracy. Now most of the heroes in this game do have an ability where you have to fire in a certain direction. Whether it connects onto an enemy hero or ally is very important. Thus, being able to aim your abilities well, which is skill shot accuracy, is very important to be a better player.
For skill shot accuracy, before you go and work on your accuracy, first you have to know the expectations or the general benchmark which professional players will be able to hit. And that is, out of 10 skill shots, most of the time, they are able to land at least 7, if not 8 out of these 10 skill shots, such that the margin of error within the game is actually a lot smaller than that in what you see in a ranked game. Now that you have known the golden standard to all the good players or even the professional players in terms of their skill shot accuracy, now it is time for you to work on yours. Whenever you are free and you have time but perhaps not enough time for a ranked game, perhaps you can find a friend to head into a 1 vs 1 skill shot training session. So what you want to do is just pick heroes like Valir, which is very skill shot dependent, and then just keep firing skill shots to and fro from each other. And then I want you to record at the end of the skill shot training session your progress, such that the next time that you gather or whenever you have free time again, you can do the exact same drill with your friend and see if you have improved.
Now the third mechanic you have to master to improve as a player is actually your skill combo speed. This is because when you're playing a hero like Cho, your abilities needs to be cast in rapid succession for you to achieve the maximum potential of the hero. Thus, being able to combo your skills is very important, and doing it fast is a necessity as well.
For skill combo speed, the sky is really the limit. It's because there is basically no limit to how fast you can cast your abilities in Mobile Legends. So when it comes to your skill combos, the speed and accuracy of it is all dependent on how well and how fast you can actually execute these combos. To practice this, first of all, you have to go online and look up the different type of hero combos, such that you are aware of what kind of combos this hero can do. Then you want to actually practice it in your practice tool by simply picking the hero, perhaps even turning down your cooldowns to 0 using the practice tool function, and then just spam your abilities and your hero combos to make it all muscle memory after repeating it time after time and again.
The next mechanic is the target lock mechanic that you can turn on in your settings in the Mobile Legends game itself. What it allows you to do is to be able to lock onto an enemy target during the game at any time to cast all of your abilities or your attacks on. This is crucial because Mobile Legends is a 5 vs 5 game, and by choosing the target that you want to attack is very important. Now the last mechanic that you have to get good at is actually your battle spell accuracy. Now battle spells are given to you at the start of every single game, and everyone can pick a totally different new one from each other. Thus, it is a unique advantage that your hero has at the start of every Mobile Legends match, and by maximizing the usage and accuracy of it will only grant you and make you a better player overall. Now with these 5 mechanics in mind, how do you practice this? Is most of them can be practiced in your ranked matches or your custom practice tool. So go on, master these mechanics and become a better Mobile Legends player today.
For battle spells, because there are just way too many battle spells in the game for me to cover each and every one of them in detail, what I will do is actually pick out the top 3 battle spells, which are Flicker, Purify, and Retribution, and I'll use these battle spells and give some examples on what is the golden standard or how these battle spells can be utilized to their maximum potential to illustrate the level that your battle spell accuracy needs to get to in order to be considered a good or even a professional player. Now the first battle spell that we'll be going into detail is the battle spell Retribution. Retribution is a battle spell that is often taken by one player from each team, and this player will be given a role jungler, and what they do in the game is number 1, to clear out the jungle camps with the battle spell Retribution, and number 2, they will also have an additional role in the game to secure and last hit objectives such as turtle and dot when capturing them. Thus, it is very crucial for these junglers to use this battle spell Retribution at the perfect time to last hit these objectives, because the damage numbers on Retribution is a lot higher than most of the abilities. When it comes to mastering the spell Retribution and understanding the damage that it does, you have to take note of a few things that does affect the damage of Retribution. The first thing is actually your hero levels. As you level up, the amount of damage that your Retribution does is more and more throughout the game. At the same time, buying and upgrading your jungle equipment increases the damage that you do to monsters, including your Retribution damage. Thus, it is very crucial for you to understand this point as well. And the final point to mastering your battle spell Retribution is to be able to cast a high bursting ability at the exact second that you use or cast your Retribution. This allows your hero to create a burst that is bigger than not only the enhanced damage from the jungling equipment, at the same time the enhanced damage from leveling up. At the same time, you're adding on to the additional burst of your highest bursting ability to confirm your secure onto an objective such as turtle or lord. The next battle spell we'll be going into detail is Purify. Now Purify is a battle spell which allows your hero or character to remove all negative crowd control effects on yourself aside from Kaja's ultimate or Franco's ultimate. Now because this battle spell is powerful, a lot of players actually forget that there is a second part to this battle spell, which is that once you activate this battle spell Purify, there is a 1.2 seconds control immunity window after which you activated this battle spell. What that means is that for the next 1.2 seconds, any amount of stuns or crowd control will not affect your hero at all. Now, understanding this and mastering the second window here is very important, because for most players they will just use the battle spell Purify when they get stunned. However, the best way to use it is actually before the stun or any of the crowd control abilities hit you. Now why you would want to do that is that if you were to use your Purify ability after the crowd control effect has already landed on top of you, there will be that split second where you are still controlled by the ability and be interrupted mid-combo, mid-movement or mid-ability cast. Now that is very crucial, because if you can eliminate this window completely by casting your Purify ability before the crowd control effect lands onto you, you will be completely uninterrupted and free to do whatever you want. Now we're moving on to the final and most important, at the same time the most commonly used battle spell in the game, which is Flicker. Now comparing to Purify, which most of the time is used in a defensive manner, Flicker is very versatile and can be used 50% of the time in an aggressive way. At the same time, 50% of the time it still has a very good defense mechanism in place. Now with the additional flexibility and versatility comes another layer of complexity as well as another decision making process. Now I'm going to try to help you simplify this equation a little by giving you the two optimal way of using your Flicker. The first way is distance manipulation. This can be either defensively when you're trying to increase the distance between you and your opponent, or offensively by closing the distance and gap between you and the hero that you are chasing down. Now the second way is something that some players only at a higher level will be able to perfect and master, is comboing it with an ultimate or a crucial ability. Now this can be applied with ultimate abilities such as Atlas, Tigreal, or even your Cho, where if you combo this ability or your ultimate ability with your battle spell, you can create an effect that you can otherwise cannot create with simply your ultimate ability alone. Thus, mastering and understanding when to use your Flicker, which does have a very long cooldown, is crucial to mastering the battle spells. Use your experience and your judgment to be able to improve and continue mastering this battle spell for you to become one of the best players in Mobile Legends. With that said, that's all from me today, and I'm sure all of you are really excited to go and try out all these tips and tricks which I just mentioned above. So I won't hold you back any further. Go on, have fun with these tips and tricks, and become a better player in Mobile Legends today.